I didn't believe it at first, that something as ordinary as an egg, a single egg, could be the reason I finally slept through the night, after 3 straight years of being woken up by stabbing leg cramps. If you're over 60 and you've ever shot out of bed at 2 a.m., clutching your calf, you know the kind of pain I'm talking about. It doesn't just hurt, it terrifies you because it makes you wonder, is this it? Is this what aging means now? Losing control of your own body, one muscle at a time? But here's the truth no one told me. Night cramps aren't just something you have to live with. In fact, what you eat may be the real reason they keep happening. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 3 simple foods that help me stop leg cramps cold. No pills, no pain, just breakfast. Eggs. Small but mighty eggs are often overlooked. But for older adults, they're one of the most complete muscle-supporting foods you can eat. Each egg contains about 6 grams of high-quality protein, along with all 9 essential amino acids, the building blocks your body needs to rebuild and maintain muscle. As we age, we start losing muscle mass. It's not just a theory, or it's a real documented condition called sarcopenia. And when muscle fades, cramps rise. Weak muscles don't stabilize well. They misfire. They seize up. So I started eating 1 egg every morning. At first, nothing seemed different. But by the end of the second week, something strange happened. I noticed I could walk farther without tiring. My legs didn't feel heavy all day. And then one night, I slept straight through. No cramp, no pain, just rest. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you woke up and didn't feel your legs? Not because of numbness, but because they were finally calm? The vitamin D you didn't know you needed. Here's another thing no one warned me about. Vitamin D deficiency is rampant among seniors, and it's quietly damaging our muscles every single day. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to absorb calcium, which is critical for proper muscle contraction and relaxation. The result? Tightness, spasms, fatigue, cramps that keep coming back. Egg yolks are one of the few natural food sources of vitamin D. Sure, it's not a huge dose, about 40 IU per egg, but when you're not getting enough sun and not drinking much milk, every bit matters. Pair your morning eggs with a glass of fortified milk, or have them alongside some wild salmon later in the week. Together, they help close the gap. And if you're someone who rarely steps outside, then yes, vitamin D from food may literally be what saves your sleep. Nerves, misfires, and the B12 you're probably missing. Let's talk about something most people never associate with leg cramps: nerves. Muscle cramps often start in the nervous system, not the muscle itself. And one of the most overlooked causes? A silent vitamin B12 deficiency. B12 helps your nerves transmit clear, accurate signals. It also protects the myelin sheath, the insulation around each nerve fiber. When that sheath weakens, your nerves misfire. Muscles contract when they shouldn't. And the pain that follows, it's not just sharp, it's misunderstood. Eggs are a gentle, reliable source of B12. They're especially important if you've reduced red meat, have digestive issues, or take medications like metformin or acid reflux drugs, which block B12 absorption over time. 1 egg won't fix everything overnight, but added consistently to your week, it could be the difference between feeling in control and feeling like your legs are betraying you. But what about cholesterol? I get it. You've probably heard it for years. Eggs raise your cholesterol. Eggs are bad for your heart, but recent research has turned that around. For healthy older adults, 6 to 7 eggs per week is considered safe, and in many cases beneficial, especially when eggs replace things like bacon, sausage, or processed meats. Still worried? Use a mix: 1 whole egg plus 2 egg whites. That way you get the protein and nutrients with less fat. It's not about going overboard. It's about being consistent and giving your muscles the tools they need to recover, rest, and stop firing in pain. My routine and what you can try. I keep it simple: 1 boiled egg with oatmeal and berries in the morning, or a veggie scramble with spinach and mushrooms a few times a week. If I'm having trouble sleeping, I'll pair eggs with a slice of whole grain toast and almond butter for slow digesting fuel. You don't have to be a chef. You just have to care enough to try. So ask yourself this: If you're waking up night after night in pain, if your legs feel like strangers to you lately, if you're tired of being tired, then maybe the answer isn't more pills. Maybe, just maybe, the answer is in something as humble as an egg. It helped me reclaim my sleep. It helped me walk farther, stand taller, and feel steady again. And it just might help you too. Bananas, the sweet, simple fruit that helped my legs relax and my sleep return. There was a time when I dismissed bananas as nothing more than a snack. The kind you grab on the way out the door or toss into a smoothie when you're feeling health conscious. But I never imagined that this humble yellow fruit would become one of the most powerful tools in my fight against nighttime leg cramps. Let me explain. When pain strikes at 2 a.m., I used to think the pain was random. You're lying in bed, finally drifting off, when suddenly, snap, your calf locks up, your foot twists, you jolt awake, trying not to cry out, terrified the cramp won't release. Sometimes I'd limp around the room in the dark. Sometimes I'd press my foot against the wall, stretch, pray, curse. But most of all, I'd wonder, what did I do wrong this time? Why won't my body let me rest? And here's the part that hurt the most. I started dreading sleep, because sleep no longer felt safe. A banana before bed. One day during a conversation at my church's community brunch, an older woman leaned over and said gently, "Honey, try eating a banana before bed. It saved me." I smiled politely. But that night, I did it. I peeled a banana, ate it slowly, drank a glass of water, and went to bed. And for the first time in weeks, I slept through the night. No stabbing pain, no muscle lock, just stillness. I thought it was a fluke, so I tried it again the next night, and again, and again. It kept working. The potassium connection. So what is it about bananas? Bananas are rich in potassium, a mineral your muscles need to function properly. Potassium helps your nerves send signals to your muscles. It also helps regulate the fluid balance inside your cells. When your potassium levels drop too low, a condition called hypokalemia, your muscles become overly sensitive. They twitch, they spasm, they cramp. And here's what shocked me. One medium banana gives you about 420 milligrams of potassium, around 12% of your daily needs. I used to think I got enough from eating normally, but the truth is, as we age, our appetite decreases, our absorption slows down, and many of the medications we take, like diuretics for blood pressure, flush potassium right out of our system. No wonder my legs were screaming. Hydration plus electrolytes equals muscle calm. Bananas don't just deliver potassium. They help with hydration in a way that's gentle and natural. They contain a balance of natural sugars, water, and electrolytes that support fluid balance in the body. And muscle cramps? They're often a sign that your fluid and electrolyte balance is off. That's why athletes eat bananas before and after workouts. And that's why seniors, especially those who don't drink enough water during the day, may find relief just by adding a banana or two to their daily routine. I began eating mine about an hour before bed, alongside a mug of warm water or even coconut water, and it changed everything. It wasn't just that my legs stopped cramping, it was that my nervous system calmed down. My body trusted itself again. The role of vitamin B6. There's another quiet hero inside every banana. Vitamin B6. This vitamin plays a vital role in how your body creates neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that allow your brain and muscles to talk. When your B6 levels are too low, those messages get scrambled and your muscles can misfire. Each banana provides about 0.4 milligrams of vitamin B6, nearly 30% of what seniors need daily. Low B6 has been linked to muscle cramps and spasms, poor sleep quality, nerve pain and tingling, slower recovery after exercise. And if you're like me, eating less meat, fewer fortified cereals, then bananas become not just a fruit, but a functional medicine. They gave me back not only sleep, but control over my own body. Let me ask you, when was the last time you went to bed without worrying about your legs waking you up? How many nights have you whispered to yourself, please just let me sleep, while quietly bracing for the pain to come? What if one banana could be the beginning of a better night? What to watch for? Bananas are powerful, but like anything, moderation matters. If you're diabetic, you don't have to skip them. Just pair them with fiber-rich foods like nuts or oats to slow sugar absorption. If you're already on potassium-sparing medications, check with your doctor. Too much potassium can be just as dangerous as too little. But for most older adults, especially those struggling with cramps, fatigue, or restless legs, one banana a day is not only safe, it may be the missing link in your routine. Here's what I do now. I eat one banana an hour before bed with water. On busier days, I eat half in the morning and half later in the evening. If I've been sweating or walking a lot, I'll blend it into a smoothie with spinach, almond milk, and chia seeds. Nothing fancy, just intentional. And most nights now, I sleep like I used to, before cramps stole that from me. Sometimes healing is this simple. We spend so much time looking for answers in bottles, clinics, tests, and treatments. But sometimes the answer is bright yellow, curved just right, and sitting quietly on your kitchen counter. Nuts and seeds, the crunchy little lifesavers that soothed my muscles and quieted my nights. It started as a habit I barely noticed. After dinner, I'd sit in my recliner, reach into the pantry, and grab a small handful of almonds or cashews, just something to nibble while watching the news. What I didn't realize was that this tiny evening ritual would end up making one of the biggest changes in how my body felt, moved, and slept, especially my legs. The night my legs wouldn't let me rest. There's a certain kind of frustration that comes with waking up to a leg cramp, not the random kind you feel during a hike or yard work, but the ones that hunt you in your sleep. You're relaxed, dreaming, then suddenly, bam, your calf locks up, your foot twists. You jolt awake trying not to cry out, terrified the cramp won't release. Sometimes I'd limp around the room in the dark. Other times I just sat there, afraid to move. But always I wondered, why is this happening? And why won't it stop? The magnesium you didn't know you were missing. Eventually I saw a doctor, blood tests, basic panels, and then quietly a note in the results. Magnesium, borderline low. It didn't sound serious, but it explained a lot. You see, magnesium helps muscles relax. Without it, they stay tight, overactive, constantly firing, twitching, and yes, cramping. Most people over 50 aren't getting enough. We absorb less as we age, we eat fewer leafy greens, and medications like diuretics or acid reducers quietly drain what little we have. And low magnesium? It's one of the biggest silent causes of nighttime cramps. What nuts and seeds really do. Here's where the story gets good. Nuts and seeds are loaded with magnesium. Pumpkin seeds, 160 plus milligrams per ounce. Almonds, about 77 milligrams. Cashews, 74 milligrams. It doesn't take a bucket, just a small handful, maybe 20 almonds or 2 tablespoons of seeds, can meet up to 40% of your daily needs. I started doing just that, a handful each day, sometimes with breakfast, sometimes before bed. And within a week, something changed. The tightness faded. My legs didn't feel like they were made of concrete anymore. And those dreaded nighttime cramps, they went quiet. The power combo, potassium plus healthy fats. But that's not all. Nuts like pistachios, almonds, and cashews are also rich in potassium, the same cramp-fighting mineral found in bananas. Pistachios, approximately 290 milligrams per ounce. Almonds, approximately 200 milligrams. Cashews, approximately 160 milligrams. Potassium works with magnesium to keep your muscles balanced. Like a two-man team, one calms the nerves, the other regulates contractions. And then there's the healthy fat. Monounsaturated fats improve circulation. Omega-3s in walnuts and flax seeds reduce inflammation in sore muscles. When your circulation improves, your muscles get the oxygen and nutrients they need to recover and stop firing unnecessarily. That's when I realized this wasn't just a snack. It was part of my healing. My twist from pills to walnuts. I'll be honest, I used to rely on pain meds just to get through the night. A Tylenol here, a muscle relaxer there, anything to chase the cramps away. But now, just a few walnuts will do. I didn't believe it at first, but after a few weeks of this routine, I found myself needing fewer pills and sleeping longer, deeper, better. That's not magic. That's minerals. How I make it work every day. Here's what I do now. Nothing fancy. Morning, sprinkle flaxseed into my oatmeal. Lunch, almonds or sunflower seeds on a salad. Evening snack, cashew butter on a slice of toast. Before bed, 4 to 5 walnuts and warm chamomile tea, just enough to fuel my muscles through the night. No shakes, no supplements, just food. Real, whole food. Have you tried letting food do the healing? I used to think cramps were just part of aging. Now I know better. Cramps are your body's way of asking for support, not punishment. And sometimes the answer isn't more medication or more tests. It's something as simple as what you put on your plate. Quick tips. Do nuts work for everyone? Yes. For most seniors, they're safe, nutrient-dense, and easy to digest. Watch portions. 1 handful equals 1 ounce. Go unsalted. Excess sodium dehydrates you. Allergies, try seeds like pumpkin, flax, or sunflower instead. So, what's your handful of health tonight? If your legs are restless, if the cramps keep showing up uninvited, if your nights feel like battles instead of rest, start here with something small, something crunchy, something real. A handful of almonds, a spoonful of flax, a few walnuts that might just help you sleep the whole night through.